Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. And today is Thursday, pre-market update. We have across the board selling pressure. All the stocks are selling. VIX is pumping. A lot of fear in the market. All right. So you can see yesterday after hours at 4 p.m. Eastern, President Trump announced tariff globally. A lot people expected way higher tariffs than people anticipated. So market is crashing pretty much. You can see here all the major tech stocks. Trump said Apple is investing more than 500 billion in US, so that money is coming out. More than almost 8% down. Amazon is down. All the companies like China, I think he's saying 34% tariff for China. That's also like going to be very bad for all these global companies because they have a lot of manufacturing sites in China, so that's going to be all the product coming from there will be charged 34% tariff. So there's a lot of freak out movement in stocks. Everybody, a lot of uncertainty, and you can see stock market is going down. So let's see how things are going. This is S&P 500 uh, point of center chart. So you can see here what happened yesterday. This is actually it worked out really good yesterday. You can see here is a node in the top. So yesterday, this is price action from yesterday, this whole price action. So we went and we checked top node. This is point of control. You can see here this top node. So we went slightly above. There was another node here. So we touched and seller stepped in. This was the area of probably shorting the market. Okay, so this is very nice. Price had to come. This was very thin area here. You can see very light volume here, and they went and explored that area and then immediately shorted that. All right. Now, where do we go from here? Okay, so there are no nodes at the bottom. Okay, because it's gonna like recent price action, no nodes. This is for probably for a day. So there is a node here they developed yesterday around 55.46 price. MES chart is around 5500 right now, 5505. So there is a node developed around 55.47. So they're probably going to pull it up here. Now there are other nodes here on the top. So you can see this whole price action just went down straight here. They might want to start exploring these nodes. Okay, so again, futures will be down pre-market. Sorry, after market open, S&P 500 is down 3.5% as of right now, and it will be a gap down. So they could go and start filling those gap, and you can see they can bring it up all the way to these top nodes. So they could, so this node here around 5581, 5636, and even here 565667. And if you want to see that on a daily chart, this is the daily chart, and let me go to SPY. So here is what I'm trying to tell you. So we are opening on a gap down. All right. So this is what the gap down is. So we could start exploring these gaps, like I said, on the nodes there. There are a few nodes there. So you can see we can start going higher and then start filling some of these gaps and then keep going lower again. So now on SPX, if I want to go to 1 hour chart, depending on where we open, so this is around here. Oops. Actually, let's go to SPY. SPY, this candle is around, yeah, so we closed here. So we can draw a line. Actually, this line here, we can move it. Sorry, we can move this line like this. So this is where we are opening, all right? So we could go higher from here, fill this gap all the way down, and then could come back lower later. So this is what you need to watch for, okay? So we could come all the way higher. Let me delete this chart. There you go. Okay, so we could do something like this. So that's quite possible. So keep that in mind, all right? So keep that in mind that although we're opening on a big exhaustion gap, not a lot of price action here, like I said on the notes, um, which I showed you here. So there you can see a straight gap down. It's going to open on a lot of uh, vacuum here. So they could try to fill that gap, some of these gaps. So we could surprisingly see some of the market pumping higher in the morning. So just keep that in the back of your mind. This is not the time to short because even on my Day trading chart, these are the levels here. You can see this is S&P 500. We are in the buy zone. This is not the time you want to be buying. Sorry, selling. This is the time you want to be buying. You want to be selling here. Yesterday, you can see at the end of the day, we test the sell zone and perfectly, and this is the time you should be selling. So again, do not short here. This is the time you should be looking to buy. Good opportunity. You can see S&P, Nasdaq, uh, Russell, Dow Jones, same story everywhere. Okay, so I don't need to go into individual stocks, but you can see all individual indices everywhere. It's same story, same concept which I showed you earlier. All right, and in terms of Bitcoin, also you can see going down here now in the buy zone. And if you want to see some of the notes for, let's quickly see in Nasdaq. Same story here. Nasdaq is developing some notes here, but again there are a couple of notes at the top: 19369 to 19222, 19101. So they could start to bring it higher. And then also you can see yesterday also they came and closed this node, touched this node around here, and then they crashed the market after. Bitcoin, we can see there's a node here around 83,300, and after that there's a node here around, let me see, I need to zoom in sometimes. So somewhere around here there should be a node. It's not showing here. So again, so they are not showing a lot of nodes down, so which is a good news. That means it could go higher instead of going lower. So this should stabilize here around 82K, then it could start pumping to 83 and 84. So that's what I think can happen. So let's look at daily chart and try to analyze some of these charts, and then let's see if it makes sense. So this is S&P 500 opening on a futures, opening on a gap down. Still divergence, all right? Gap down, but there's still divergence. And if I go to weekly chart, you can see 7 counts buy signal still. So that's very important to know. You can see 7, 8 counts here. So we could go another week lower and then we could have a rally, all right? Could be a lower high or could be a start of a bull market, who knows? But we are expecting a rally. Usually rally goes to touch this white line, which is 20 moving average at minimum. All right, so 20 moving average is now sloping downwards. So we should get a rally at some point. And if I show you this chart, which is long-term chart, we are now in the zone where you want to buy. This is your third chance, first chance, second chance, third chance. You should be looking to buy here. This is US 500, very, very good opportunity in my opinion. So uh, sure, it could go to 5300, but this is the area you want to be holding. Uh, and for the long-term hold, this is a great area to buy. Around 5300, it can go, and surprisingly, it could touch 6500. Who knows by the end of the year? So keep that in mind. Okay, let's go back to weekly. You can see Nasdaq also showing 7 counts buy signal. Russell also, Dow Jones also. Okay, so all these are showing buy signal. Bitcoin showing 7 counts last week. Could be coming back to around 82, which where it is right now. Daily chart. Bitcoin is not surprisingly did not show that much of a dump compared to other indices. Not sure why. Bitcoin is holding pretty well actually. So that's good news. That could be showing. So if we see a recovery in Bitcoin, that could help stock market to recover too. So keep that in mind. Ethereum also going a new low, but still divergences are developing here. BTC futures are on 200 moving average. This is CME futures, and this is live market. Okay, so there's a difference. Live market is below 200. CME futures are using 200 as support because this is only running Monday to Friday. We can still get a rally to new all-time high from here, guys, surprisingly, believe it or not. VIX, I want to cover it today because it's opening on a gap up. Um, so this is not good news. This is where we had a bottom with a straight up here around the 5th of August. Here we had a bottom around 10th, and in October we had a bottom. So I think October 2020, yeah, somewhere here, October. So VIX was around 23 that time when we had a bottom. So we'll see. Anytime VIX is about 20, usually those are good times to buy. So we'll see if it's gonna turn out to be a good chance to buy. Time will tell. But again, don't look too short here. All right. Tech stocks, I don't want to go into details because there's nothing to tell. Everything is, I think it's on sale. You just choose whatever you want. There's nothing to say. It's Apple down 7.5%. When was the last time you saw Apple like that? Unbelievable, massive gap down. But you can see here we had a gap down, but then it recovered so nicely. We could have a recovery, guys, believe me or not. You can see all stocks. Amazon is down 7%. Google, Microsoft, ServiceNow, everything is down. Tesla is down 6%. Again, Tesla had a node yesterday, worked out really good. I wanted to show you something very quick. Uh, on Tesla, it worked out very well yesterday. So it had a node here. You can see it node here. So I put a place an order here. It was down 6%. Touched this node and then right away wicked up. And now where we are, now we're developing a node here around 267. So that's where it's gonna hold. Now it could bounce a little lower to around 264. There are two nodes developing. So that's where it is right now, developed a node. So let's see. Worst case, it could come back to this node of yesterday. But if market starts to pump, then we have to keep an eye on, you can see volume here. It could come back to this volume again around 280s. So keep that in mind. And then there's also this node around 297 and then others. So I think still very close to the node here, and you can buy Tesla at the open, in my opinion. Okay, so let's go and check what else is interesting. Oil also selling off after, I think, the possibility of recession. Oil is not going to do well when it's recession. Nobody's going to travel much, and oil is not going to be consumed much. So it's dumping. Natural gas is going higher. It bottomed in March, going higher as per seasonality. Gold is also finally taking a break, trying to fill this gap. This gap up happened on Friday, coming back to fill that gap. Gold is a monstrous move, but if there is recession, what is gold gonna do? Silver, you can see massive sell-off. Copper, same thing. Sugar coming back to buy zone. Wheat coming below this trend line. Corn is on near 200 moving average. Dollar crashing down. US dollar crashing down. Finally, you can see this resistance here. This chart always work. Came back to test this resistance and then crashing down now. Gold miners finally taking a break, I guess. Again, tech stock, I don't need to go. MicroStrategy, again, holding pretty nicely compared to other tech stocks, to be honest. Shopify down 12%. Could be a good buy here, guys. Looking for, actually, I have to chart this out. Looks like they're going for other gaps here. There are more gaps at the bottom here. So Shopify opening in a massive gap down could be a good area to buy for long-term hold. So we'll see. Actually, you just need to have money. There are a lot of good opportunities right now in the market. Which one you want to buy? Just everywhere there is opportunity. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Hit the like button on your way out, thumbs up button. I will talk to you later. Bye.